Hi, everybody. So now we're going to continue with finishing of this guitar. And the stage we're at now is we've applied one coat of room temperature epoxy as a sealer coat. And then the other thing that I've done, which I am not demonstrating, is simply to wipe the guitar with a little warm water. And the reason for that is that when the epoxy cures, there's a component of the hardener which is necessary to accelerate and promote the cure of the epoxy, but which does not become part of the finished film. And it's an amine. And the presence of this amine is a problem for subsequent coats of finish. It's a waxy film, and it'll inhibit the curing of anything you're trying to put on top of the epoxy. Fortunately, it is very water soluble, and so all you need to do is just wipe the guitar surface down with water. And you can see on the paper towels, has a little bit of color to it, but it's not a big deal. And you wipe it until it just looks uniform. And you can see that this surface looks a little bit dry. It's not as shiny as it was when we first had it applied, but now the wood looks a little dry and almost has a dusty look to it, but it's not. It's just it's clean. In other words, the amines have been removed, and we're ready for the next step in the process, which is to put some linseed oil, and this will be our top coat or varnish. The linseed oil has been used for many centuries as a finish. 500 years ago, say, in northern Italy, where the first violins were being made, linseed oil was available because there was a huge production of flax for clothing and fibers for cordage, rope, etc. And the flax plant, when pressed, will express an oil, and that's what linseed oil is, and it's a wonderful material for finishing. Again, traditional material. And the kind that I like to use is formulated and favored by gunsmiths and gun owners to finish the wooden gun stocks. So I'm going to try and pick this up with a dropper instead of pouring it on the guitar. Now, when you read their instructions, they say to do a little bit at a time and to rub it in by hand. You're welcome to try. I prefer using gloves and to do the whole surface at once. So this just involves getting everything wet, just as we did before. Not real sure that I like this dropper method. In the past, I've just inverted the bottle and with my thumb over it to try and control it. And it may turn out that that's still the best way, but for now, we'll give it a chance. And nothing too fancy here. We're going to just try and get the surface uniformly wet with the oil and then wipe it off. Yeah, it's not the dropper's not working as well as I'd hoped, but we're going to get through it. So here it is, going on, and you can see it's starting to give us a nice luster. One nice thing about linseed oil is that it's not bad for you, the way a lot of finishes are. In fact, it's edible. I mean, don't drink this, but linseed oil, unmodified linseed oil is edible. I don't know what they put into this product. They won't tell you, but the things they put in are designed to help the material harden and set properly. Some proprietary metallic dryers, perhaps. Anyway, it's a good product. It works well and inexpensive. It's important to make sure you use fresh material. It does age out and get thicker and less fun to work with. As soon as you notice it thickening, you need to pitch it out and open up a new bottle. Very important. So again, the job here is to make sure everything is evenly wet. You don't need a lot of this, but it needs to be wet. And after that, we'll wipe it off and move on to the rest of the guitar body. Okay. Looks good. Should be pretty obvious that this is going to be a very thin coat of finish. I believe it takes about 20 coats of this to get to 1/2 a thousandth of an inch. The good news is if you start early, you can put on 3 coats in a day. It dries very quickly. And so, if you did want 20 coats, that would give you a glossy look. You can see right now what 1 coat looks like. It's a kind of a dry, almost matte look. I'm going to just zip around the outside here. Make sure I got good coverage. So here we are, done with the first coat of linseed oil on the top.